Último nombre, or as is known in English as last name, is a term that is meaningless in Spanish, because culturally, naming customs are somewhat different in Spain and Latin America than they are in English-speaking countries. To refer to someone's surname in Spanish would be called apellido, because many people would have two apellidos. The two apellidos are referred to as the primer apellido, our first surname, and the segundo apellido, our second surname. Why are there two surnames? Well, because in Spanish naming culture, the father's first apellido would become the child's first surname, and the mother's first apellido would become the child's second surname. Also, if the father or mother is not known, the child would take on the father or mother's full apellido respectively. But there are different ways Spanish surnames work. Patrilineal surname transmission, or father-to-child naming, was not always common in Spanish-speaking societies. Spanish-speaking societies often practice matrilineal surname transmission, aka mother-to-child naming, giving children the maternal surname and occasionally giving children a grandparent surname. But Spanish naming customs also include the orthographic option, meaning a method of spelling to conjoin the surnames with a conjunction particle like y, e, or de before a name, and unlike in French, Spanish orthography does not require a contraction when a vowel begins the surname. But in the past, names were used to communicate a person's social identity. Just as in many societies, this was known as patronymic naming, or a name derived from the father. Spanish naming customs also provide orthographic means, such as suffix letter abbreviations, surname spellings, and toponymic names, aka place names, which denote the person's place in society, which is not used in a literal sense anymore, but we can still see the historical impacts of that naming system. So you will not see someone named Jose Luis Rodriguez Zapatero having been literally born from a shoemaker, or Carlos Arturo del Monte having lived in the mountains. But when wanting to formally address someone, it is not unusual, when the first surname is very common, for a person to be referred to formally using both family names. Casually speaking though, most of the time he or she would only be referred to by his or hers second apellido only. But if you're wanting to understand why sometimes you will see a hyphenated Spanish name, is because in English-speaking environments, Spanish-named people sometimes hyphenate their surnames to avoid Anglophone confusion or to fill in forms with only one space provided for the last name. So now that you know a little bit about Spanish names and how they work, get out there and learn, and I hope to see you on the next video. Hasta próximo.